Coach, you just want to start us off with an opening statement?
My hat goes off to Fordham. You know, every single time we came down the floor, as soon as we made a mistake, they were able to capitalize. And even when we weren't making mistakes and we were sticking with the game plan, it seemed like whenever we left someone open, they were knocking down wide open shots, especially in the second half. In the first half, we got lucky that they were missing. In the second half, every single one of them who had an open shot nailed it. And, you know, they took advantage of situations where maybe we can't or we couldn't guard them off the dribble penetration. And as soon as we help someone out, which that's what we preached all year, to make sure that we're ready to help someone out, whenever we were there to help, they always found the open guy. And it seemed like, you know, it got to a point where they made a run and we couldn't stop it. And then down at the other end, we had a difficult time answering their baskets. But again, they're a heck of a team, and my hat goes off to Steph. She's done a tremendous job turning that program around and making them, you know, a contender for A-10 championship.
Gianna, can you just talk a little bit about the battle that the guards had today between each other for both teams, just what it was like going up against them?
I mean, their guards did a great job in front of our guards. I feel like they pressured us, and at times they took us out of our comfort zone. But at times as well, I feel like we answered, and we kind of took them out of their comfort zone, but we pressured them as well. And like Coach said, whenever they drove on us, we had help side. We was doing what we were supposed to do. But I mean, by the time we rotated to the opening person, the ball was already picking up. So they did a good job rotating the ball.
Jessica, obviously disappointed that this part of the season has come to an end now. But what have you seen over the last few days as the season's gone on to you think you can build upon for next year?
I mean, we have a lot of heart. I mean, we have a lot of fight in us. You know, the past 3 days we played our heart out. But Fordham did a good job. They made shots. So, I mean, we just got to get in the gym and just work on our weaknesses. What we need to work on for next year.
Coach, you guys did the little things on Friday and Saturday. Do you think that was there today?
You know, I don't question our effort at all. And again, all season long, we've been preaching weak side help. And it just so happened that today we really decided to pay attention to that, and it killed us. You know, the weak side help was there, and they knew that. And as soon as we rotated over, they kick it to the guy that was weak side. So again, they paid attention to the little things, but then it got to the point where today I didn't want them to help, but they were listening to what we've been telling them all year. So I don't think it's that we weren't doing the little things. I just think, to be honest, every single time they had a wide open shot, they made us pay for it. And it got to the point where we didn't know how we wanted to defend the ball screen, because normally that's what we do. We trap the ball screen. But all 5 guys out there now are knocking down threes.
Vic, can you just talk a little bit about the help you got down low today, and all weekend basically, from Sally and Natasha? It seemed like even though the stat sheets really don't reflect the play that they had all 3 games, it seems like they, you know, Sally was all over the place making plays that don't show up on the stat sheet. The same with Natasha, even though she eventually fouled out today. I mean, how much did they contribute all weekend for you guys?
They've been great defenders, you know. Everybody been playing their heart out, trying to help each other out, and that's basically what they did. You know, helping me out in the post, just basically working together and playing strong.
Vic, with that 4.5 seconds and they took you out, what was that feeling when you kind of knew that the game was over and you had played your last Temple basketball?
The worst feeling in the world. You know, it was sad, and I just didn't want it to be over. That's all. To play with this team, like, we enjoy being around each other. I just didn't want that to end.
I asked you the question a couple of days ago, but now the season's finally over, and it's going to be a little bit until you can really look back at your career as a whole. But looking back on the past 4 years and how much you've grown and where you've been, what do you take away now from your career? What do you think your legacy is at Temple?
Just being mentally tough, you know, just loving the sport, being committed to the sport, learning what family really means, and just learning how to be a great leader and a good teammate. I learned a lot from this program, and you know, continue to let it advance my game in the future.
Tommy, you talk about a close of a career, but then there's the next phase. Is that any WNBA types contact you in terms of Nick or the free agent camp?
We haven't really discussed that part. We're just focusing on the season, and we'll discuss that later on in the week.
Anything else?
Coach, A10, now you guys are done there, and just talk a little bit about 5 years you've been here, 5 years, you know, just coming up short, and now the last chance you guys make this unbelievable Cinderella run. No one's expected it, and for it to end again like this, now you're gonna come away with nothing in the A10. What's that like for you?
Disappointing. I mean, it's disappointing for all of us because obviously we played this game to win and win championships, and the fact that this is our last A10, you know, is very disappointing. But again, the fight that these guys gave, and I told them in the locker room, you know, you guys waited to the last last three days to do what we've been asking for all year long, and to remember this feeling. And the way we ended, that's the way we need to start.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.